What's up, guys? Your boy 20K13. Going to talk about 10 reasons WWE should replace Smackdown with NXT. This comes from WhatCulture.com. Huge changes are coming for WWE Smackdown. Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter has noted that from January, interesting changes will be coming for the show. At the very least, there is expected to be a whole new look as the show moves to USA Network. There are also going to be a range of new ideas, and the first 2 months are going to be loaded with main event quality. But what if the interesting changes went beyond just a new look? One rumor is that WWE have at least talked internally about switching NXT and SmackDown. The blue brand will become a network show, and the yellow brand will be expanded into a main attraction on television. Raw and NXT will complement each other as very different episodic narratives, while SmackDown will be the place to go and see lengthier wrestling matches. It is just a rumor for now, and it still feels a little like a wild dream. Just because some in the company have flirted with the idea, it could still be a very long way from actually happening. SmackDown is still very much seen as a crown jewel with McMahon and Cole, even if it is constantly ignored in favor of Raw. But there are some very good reasons for NXT to be swapped with SmackDown. Make NXT the TV show and SmackDown the network show. Here's the case for the move. Number 10. SmackDown is a relic of 1999. NXT is now. SmackDown was hot in 1999 and last relevant in 2003. From 2004 onward, it had been treated as an afterthought, and viewership has slowly deteriorated. The truth is, it is a relic of a bygone era, and the perception of it as outdated and a raw knockoff is now embedded. In contrast, NXT is fresh and all about the now. The youthfulness of the product gives it a vibrancy that SmackDown doesn't have, and it also stands it out as different from Raw. Unlike SmackDown, NXT isn't looked upon as a cheap version of Raw. It is looked on as an alternative. That's why it would make sense to flip NXT and SmackDown as the yellow brand would be something to tune in for, rather than just a rehash of Raw wrestlers. SmackDown has had a great platform on television, but still suck. NXT has had a limited platform online, but blown people away. It is time to switch the old for the new. Number 9. NXT is working as a touring brand. NXT has transformed itself in the last few months. It has gone from being a niche product that fills just a few hundred seats in the same building each month to being a full-on brand that is touring the world. Its first international tour has sold very well when tickets went on sale in the UK for December 2015 date. The next step is a main television show when you are able to fill arenas for 7 nights in a row as NXT is doing in the UK, then that's the sign the brand is hot enough for an expanded television production. Could SmackDown have filled the Barclays Center like NXT did recently? It is obvious which brand is hot and which brand is living off former glory. Number 8. The swamp would be easy to execute. It would be a natural transition to simply swap NXT with SmackDown. All WWE will really need to do is change the name and the talent involved. It is mere cosmetic changes and then informing the likes of Finn Balor to show up for work on Tuesday night after SmackDown if they could still film Tuesday. The only difference would be it would then air on the network. It isn't any huge logistical feat for WWE to pull off. It is simply changing the name of the show and the TV listing. Contractually, that could be the difficult part as USA paid for SmackDown, but WWE could explain the context. USA are still getting the same show. They are just getting it with a fresh name and content. Number 7. Smackdown would work better as a WWE Network show. Smackdown as a WWE Network show would actually be pretty damn good. It wouldn't be viewed as a Raw relation, as it wouldn't be on television. Instead, it would be a unique product, focusing upon pro wrestling. It would be the go-to place for viewers who didn't want segments or storyline, but instead just wanted to see WWE top wrestler going at it in matches. In that respect, it could become a big selling point for the network. It would be a whole new identity for the Blue brand, with a wrestling focus which would make it hot again. In many ways, it would be taking on many of NXT philosophy rather than just being a relative of Raw. Under the new network guise, SmackDown will feel fresh and valuable, but keeping it on TV, it is just the same old show. Fresh lick of paint aren't going to cover up the fact it is still as a television brand. Number 6. NXT needs the extra time. Wrestlers currently appear on SmackDown, they don't really need the time. They've seen plenty of action on Raw already each week. But over on NXT, there's a real problem with lack of time. Each weekly show is only an hour, and many matches end up feeling rushed. 3 minute bouts are starting to really undermine the brand. Plus, it is sometimes only every couple of weeks that a wrestler will get a nook in. It isn't ideal for a growing brand. So why not swap the brand? NXT would then get the chance for longer matches and more exposure for their stars. This is something current SmackDown wrestlers are already getting on Raw. The move makes sense for giving NXT the breathing space it needs. Number 5. It would make NXT special more of a draw for WWE Network subscription. Right now, WWE television shows are only shielding one thing, and that's the main roster special. But if NXT had television time, it would then be that Raw is shielding its own special, and NXT would be shielding their brand special. This in turn would make the network seem like extra value and would help to create more interest in buying it. Believe it or not, many of WWE current TV audience have never watched NXT, so by making it a television show, it would be seizing even more viewers and engaging even more people with buying the network for the takeover show. Selling network subscription is what WWE are all about nowadays. So an NXT TV show and increased marketability of takeover specials make business sense. SmackDown was only promoting what Raw promoted, but NXT can promote something beyond that. Number 4. Ushering in a new era. WWE business boom are always built around eras, and those eras are usually kicked off by a change in the way things are done. For example, when celebrity was mixed with wrestler in the 80s, or when reality and attitude were blended in the 90s. But for whatever reason, in the last decade, WWE has been reluctant to change. Sure, there have been the PG move and network launch, but the core show remained exactly the same. It has been Raw and SmackDown for over a decade. That status quo should be smashed with the implement of NXT as a main television show. It would be the bold new vision on a major scale, the kind of shakeup that has caused business boom in the past. It is time for a new era, not time for polishing antique. Number 3. A brand new war. The brand split of 2002 between Raw and SmackDown divided opinion but personality. I quite like it. It meant that you had something different to watch, and as the rivalry between brands heated up, it became a valuable storyline in itself. Conflict makes drama, which is what is most valuable in WWE. Unfortunately, Raw and SmackDown stopped being viable many years ago. There is no brand split anymore, and it has stripped SmackDown of so much of its individuality. But by putting NXT in the SmackDown slot, WWE would instantly have a new brand split narrative. The different dimensions of the two shows would be evident, and once a year at Survivor Series, they could do battles. Team NXT versus Team Raw. It is money waiting to happen. Number 2. The solution to NXT losing top stars. NXT current success is ultimately going to kill the brand. unless changes are made. The problem is, as soon as stars get big on NXT, they are shipped off to Raw and Smackdown. Look no further than Kevin Owens as an example of that. We're now seeing the same situation with Charlotte and Sasha Banks, and as this sort of cherry picking continues, NXT will eventually be left with no identity. But what if NXT was a main show? Then there'll be no reason for the yellow brand stars to fire upward, as they already be in the big time. There'd be no need for WWE to strip NXT of its stars as they already be featured on a top show. One issue is that NXT is developmental, and you could argue that newbies shouldn't be exposed on television so quickly. But then look at Braun Strowman on Raw. He's useless in the ring and has virtually no experience. At the end of the day, the likes of Baylor, Joe, Itami, and Zayn can more than carry NXT as a televised product, or NXT could just lose them to Raw and end up a barren wasteland on the network in 2 years' time. And number one, SmackDown viewership is dead. WWE SmackDown viewership is abysmal. It recently did its lowest non-holiday rating since moving to Sci-Fi in 2010. It isn't even as if WWE can blame it on anything like competition. It is down to sheer disinterest in the show. The low of less than 2 million viewers is indicative of a format that needs changing. NXT, on the other hand, is one of the buzz things of the moment for WWE. The TakeOver Brooklyn show sold out 15,000 seats and was one of the most talked about things in SummerSlam weekend. In replacing SmackDown with NXT, WWE could replace a stagnant brand with a vibrant brand. There is no way of knowing for sure that it do better. TV ratings and SmackDown slot, but it is a gamble that could prove very lucrative. It certainly couldn't be much worse than the Quagmire SmackDown is stuck in right now. Well, that is, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys on the next one. Peace.